Garry Kasparov is the greatest chess player of all time. A world champion since 1985, he meets other international stars of the chess world 2 or 3 times a year, here in Vischkanzee, a Dutch seaside resort surrounded by steelworks. At nearly 40, the challenge Kasparov now faces is to resist his young assailants and prove to the world he's still the greatest. For 2 weeks, the grandmasters battle it out in a gymnasium, which has been turned into a playing hall for the occasion.
Chessboard in miniature reflects a major conflict of 2 intellects. Chess is a psychological game, it's a psychological warfare, and that's why the conflict is built in. It's about beating your opponent, to some extent is imposing your will on him. If we are talking about top professional players, it's evident that the character is shown in the games. My chess style is aggressive. I'm very competitive. I feel that I have to win if I'm involved in the battle. When it goes to the hard fight, so I know that I have to forget all the feelings, and you know, I have to mobilize everything and ignore the personality opposite me, and just to call it enemy, quote unquote. But you know, an enemy without any characteristics. So you have to win, you have to destroy it. It, not even him and her. It.
Sometimes he makes some faces, he reacts sometimes in a strange way. When I make a move, he can make strange face, so like he didn't expect this move. But okay, and many opponents, they actually start thinking that probably they made a bad move because he didn't expect it. But for me, it's other way around. I'm happy because, then I think that he missed this move, that this is a very strong move and he missed it. So I'm happy. No, okay, I'm half joking, but in general, yeah, I don't pay any attention on it, so...
He likes to smell the fear. And there is always this extra tension when playing him. If you can control this, if you're not afraid of him, it's a very big advantage.
Many players are complaining that, you know, you look at my face and you can see me a lot of things. But because I live my own life, you know, personally, I do not mind what they're doing because I established a very simple motto in my life. If I play well, I don't care what they're doing, I'll win. So that's why my personal, you know, feelings, my world, my state of mind are far more important than anything else.
I think there is always this aura about the world champion that you know, all laurels have been given to the champion. The world champion is like an emperor in chess.
has very different behavior to other players, but well, I would say that he deserved that we don't complain about it, because okay, he's a great player, and as far as I can tell you, as far as he plays chess so well, everybody would say it's okay, it's no problem. Maybe once if he lose his title, everybody says, oh come on, this guy is so arrogant, I mean this is impossible, how can he behave like this, he's not a world champion. But as far as he's a world champion, he understands also, I think himself, that people would forgive it.
Winner of the tournament once again this year with an impressive score of 9.5 points out of a possible 13, Kasparov has proved to everyone that he's still the best. The prize-giving ceremony seems somewhat modest, at least in the eyes of the man it honors. How could anyone forget 1985? This was the year Kasparov, then aged 22, became the youngest world chess champion in history. He beat Karpov in a match lasting several months. The event made the headlines all over the world. It was the era of the Cold War, and the chess players symbolized the intellect of the two blocs. Having just been discovered by the general public, chess was at the height of its popularity in the press. Since the fall of communism, the World Chess Championships no longer attract the attention of the media. Only Kasparov's defeat against the computer Deep Blue in 1997 thrust the world of chess back into the limelight. Kasparov's real achievement, more than having become world champion, is to have held on to the title for 15 years. An unbelievably long reign, a quiet reign following a noisy coronation, a discreet reign, a reign which, to hear him, is by no means over.
So far, I don't want to think about the moment when career ends. The key moment is to realize that you cannot fight for the title. So far, I don't see anyone who could take the title from me unless, you know, I'm destroying myself.
Kasparov cannot resign himself to seeing chess slip back into obscurity. For the past 15 years, he has done everything in his power to give chess a professional status. His dream is to see it become as popular as tennis and receive as much media coverage. He was the first chess player to hire an agent. Owen Williams, a former member of the Davis Cup Organization Committee, now works exclusively for Kasparov.
He pays no attention. He pays no attention to me at all.
Okay. So, I had to talk to him.
I'm planning at the moment for you to be in LA 3 days.
Yeah.
Be the simul on the 28th, the big dinner for the charity for Mentor, and you meet all the royals and all the hoody-doos, the howdy-doos, on the 29th, and then the 30th is Halloween. You'd probably leave on that day.
To New York.
Brighton, November 8th, we'll know next week for sure.
So this is if it's Brighton here, then my idea was then I go to Zurich to see William, and then go to Geneva. So that could be one trip.
Oh yes, I've got that. Lisbon, this is the details of Lisbon. It's a big chess festival from the 13th to the 21st. There's a bank sponsoring it. At 3 p.m. they want to do a press conference, followed immediately by a simul against 30 kids. 8 to 20 years of age. Sign autographs afterwards and visit the chess center and home. Usual fee plus all expenses.
So now I have to arrive on the 19th here. We don't have time.
Yeah.
No, we don't have time. This is too
tight.
Too tight.
But I think the TV media thing will fit in there very nicely.
Yeah.
Probably need to
So
go,
but here is I'm facing a major problem at home. 28th of October. So
it's Vadim's birthday? Ooh.
Yeah, okay, so I understand, but
Don't get me in the middle of that.
no, it will be my responsibility, yeah.
Okay. Okay. There is no way that Garry thinks in his life in the same way as chess. In chess, he's very, very orderly. He's a genius. He's a genius on a chessboard. In his life, he's much more human. He won't like to hear me say this, but he makes mistakes. He has many different things. He's not. He'll admit to you that he's not a good businessman.
Chess is a very complicated game, but it's not as complicated as life. That's why the strategies that are successful in chess being implied for the regular life are not as successful. So that's why, for me, it's very important to recognize what part of my chess intelligence is useful for my daily life or for some important decisions that I have to take from time to time.
He carries many of the disciplines of the chessboard into his life. He likes to know what he's doing, where he's going, what time, what place. He likes to be informed, and like many people, he likes to be ahead of the game. Garry doesn't like to be surprised.
Oh, but if I go on 28th, when I come back home...
You keep telling everybody that your home is an aeroplane.
Yeah, so, but that's a figure of speech, over. That's not meant to be true.
Officially, Kasparov lives in Moscow. In reality, he spends 7 months of the year abroad. He's the only player today to personify the game of chess in the eyes of the general public. If he's to continue to enjoy this status, he must travel constantly all around the world, attending one event after another. Star for a day in Besançon, the best player of all time, the living legend of the Game of Kings, Kasparov has come to meet his real fans, the chess club members.
Le grand champion du monde, Garry Kasparov.
One of this, no autographs during the match, no people rushing here, no.
Here, in return for a fee, Kasparov participates in a spectacular exercise practiced by all world champions. It involves playing several games simultaneously. Each of his 25 opponents, who have had to practice for weeks, can hope to play the game of his or her life, and if not achieve victory, at least tie with the champion.